Hello dear students, second prep students. Today we're going to revise The Tempest, your novel this year. The Tempest, before saying anything about it, it's the novel of William Shakespeare. Actually, it was a play, and this year we are going to study it as a novel. The Tempest means storm. What does it mean, a storm? It's a huge wind inside the sea, and according to the picture here, it's chapter 1. We can see the sea is angry. This was according to Prospero, who arranged that storm. And while we were studying that novel, we understood that he had arranged it to take his revenge. Come on to see from the beginning, how did the tempest start and who arranged it. Look here at the picture. Here it's the storm, and in the side or to the side of that shore there were two figures, Prospero and his daughter. After arranging that storm, he started to talk to his Uriel, his servant, and asking him, how could he arrange that storm? Did he arrange it perfectly or not? And he told him that he had done his work perfectly. And as we see here through the picture, we can see that the storm was so huge and angry, and the sea was angry too, till the ship was wrecked. Come on to see what was their talk together. I'm talking about the passengers. What did they say to each other, especially the boatswain? And we all know who was the boatswain. Next slide, you can see what happened. Here, blow till you burst your tongues, your lungs. Tempest so long as we can maneuver. If we read this comment, we can see that the boatswain talking to himself, or talking to the sailors, or talking to the tempest. Actually, he was talking about the tempest to the sailors. He wanted to urge them to let her blow and let the tempest do whatever she wants. But we need to save or to rescue our lives and the ship. Here the boatswain shouts, speaking about the tempest. This indicates that the sailor is familiar with the storms. Yes, they weren't afraid, but they need to rescue themselves or to survive. So the boatswain was urging them to do that. And he is not afraid. He thinks that the storm shall end soon, and he's going to do his best to stop it. I'll be patient when the sea is. Go. Do you think these roaring waves care about a king? This is a quote. Do you remember who said? Come on to repeat the quote again and revise chapter 1 while I'm repeating. I'll be patient when the sea is. Go. Do you think these roaring waves care about a king? Here is the boatswain was talking to Gonzalo. Gonzalo, the old nobleman who was the friend of the king. And also, we're going to see later on that he was a friend to Prospero, the old man who rescued Prospero when he was kicked out of his kingdom. Here, again back, boatswain to Gonzalo. The seaman cares about the lives of the people on board the ship. Imagine that the ship here in front of you, and all of the people on deck was sailors, and they left their lives, their wives, their homes in Milan, and now they are survived and try to survive for backing safe. Here they are doing their best to help the king and help themselves. The seaman cares about the lives of the people. I mean here by the seaman, the boatswain and all the sailors include the captain. Lives of the people here on board the ship, I mean all the people, all the passengers, even the noblemen on the ship. Do you remember the noblemen? The noblemen were Sebastian, the king's brother, the king himself, and Antonio. Gonzalo didn't like the way in which the seaman talked to the king. If you remembered, the seaman was angry and was afraid at the same time, and he was talking to all the passengers to urge them for helping the captain and helping the boatswain. Gonzalo didn't like the way in which the seaman talked to the king. He noticed that Antonio pressed his lips. So he asked the seaman to be patient and not to be angry for what Antonio did. This indicates that the seaman is professional. Here is a crisis, a disaster. The ship is going to be sank or drowned in the sea, and he used it to save the ship and the passengers. So he didn't show any fear, but he wants to save the people. He was brave. So he asked the seaman to be patient. Back again to the last one here. This indicates that the seaman is professional again, and that Gonzalo is a very kind and considerate man. Keep in mind that last two sentences, because Gonzalo really, till the end of chapter 5, will show that he was a good man, a noble man, and loyal to the king and all his friends on that journey. Go to the next quote. Look here. I take great comfort from this fellow. He looks like someone meant to hang rather than drown. Think a while for that quote. Who said, and to whom, and where, and when? Come on to see the answer down. I feel a lot better after talking to this guy. He doesn't look like a person who would that guy? He doesn't look like a person who would drown. He looks like he was born to hang, to be hanged. Do you know the meaning of be hanged? He has to be died. Somebody kill him. Gonzalo speaks to himself. Gonzalo was talking all that, or saying all that quote to himself when he saw Antonio, and what did he do? Again, Gonzalo implies that the boatswain looks and acts like a dangerous criminal. But, in fact, he was a brave one. The word hanged indicates that Gonzalo hoped he would live long enough to be hanged. See the next. Right now, I'd give 100 miles of sea for an acres of burned ground. This is a quote. This will of God, or the will of God, be done. Who said that? But I'd rather die or dry death. Gonzalo speaks to himself again. This quote was said by Gonzalo, who would buy a piece of small land even if it was unprotected. And for any price, he knew that he must surrender, to give up, does it mean, to the will of God. But he would prefer to die in the different way. Those were the talks or the speeches of Gonzalo to himself. Next we can see here, what did the captain order the boatswain? While all that talk, while all those screams for saving the ship, the captain was ordering the boatswain to order the seaman to handle the sails. Do you know the meaning of handle? To hold them and let them work. Take the top sail and to listen to the captain whistle, the sound that the captain do, and to order the rest of the people on board. I mean by on board, on ship, even the king and the noblemen to enter the cabins. Again, if I repeat that quote, I was repeating while I'm explaining it. Imagine that the captain is in front of the passengers on the ship, and he's starting to order the seamen, all the sailors, by the seamen, to handle the sails, to let them work to save the ship. And listen to the captain whistle. Clear? The boatswain and the captain was talking or urging them to listen to the captain whistle and to order the rest of the people on board, even the king and the noblemen, to enter the cabins. They asked them all, even the noblemen, enter your cabins and let us see our work. Next quote, come on to see what happened. Here, listen, let's all think with the king. Who said? At the end of the talk, one said this: let's all sing with the king. The seamen were shouting every last hope. Everyone lost the hope and became hopeless to survive again. So everyone starts to say, okay, let's sing all with the king. Come on to see the king. Where is he? To sing with him in the sea and to see the next chapter and all the revision of chapter 2. Come on to see next.